Hey, all I want to know is what Oreo flavor wizard came up with this brilliant idea? Greetings and welcome back to another Coca-Cola Oreo episode of the Vodkast. I'm your host, as always, Geycen Oliver. With us today is the Coca-Cola Oreos. Sadly, I was not able to get my hands on the alternate version of this, which is the Coke with no sugar Oreo flavored one. Desperately wanted to do them together, but at least that gives us a part two. So this is part one of the Oreo Coke review, the Coke Oreo review. I don't know what we're calling it. It's got pop and candies. What the hell is this? Earlier in the video, I mentioned that the flavor wizard that came up with this came up with a brilliant idea. I don't see anything brilliant about this, to be completely honest. It seems like a bad idea. When they said they were going to do the cherry cola flavor, which you can go back and watch in this video right here, I thought, what? I could see cherry. I could see doing the cherry and the chocolate. That would be really good together. But cherry cola and Oreo, it's so weird. And even weirder to me is you take the cherry out and now you've got Coke and an Oreo mixed together. Like, you wouldn't dunk an Oreo in Coke. That's just not right. You wouldn't even and you certainly aren't going to go ahead and mix your milk and your Coke together. So what the hell? There's something really strange and bizarre about this, but I can't put my doubt in them yet. I have to keep my faith in Oreo because they've never really done me wrong. Well, that's not true. They've done me wrong in the past, but normally their flavors are really good, either spot on or just delicious in general. So if you're loving the content I'm creating as much as I love creating the content that you guys are watching, would you please consider subscribing to the channel? Yeah, no, you, the one that's watching this video right now. If you're not subscribed, would you mind subscribing? Because it'd be a huge help-a-rooney for me. You know what I'm saying? So at a first glance, it looks like it's got a red cookie, which I'm assuming is the Coke-flavored cookie. Why it's red, I don't know, because I don't think Coke's red. It's more brown than anything. But this would have been a really lame-looking cookie, I think, if it had been like brown, white, and black. Actually, it might have looked kind of nice, if I'm being completely honest, but more in decor rather than a cookie treat for your mouth. So let's take a look at these for starters. I just want to see what they look like in hand. We know they got the pop and rock candy. We know that it's the tiniest pack of Oreo I've ever seen in my entire life. Now, this is comparable to their other 10 point whatever ounces. However, this just feels really small. When I saw these, I was like, is that a joke? Are they cheaper? Or like, what's going on here? Maybe I'm just crazy. Maybe it's just my eyes playing a trick on me. But nonetheless, they just look smaller to me. Holy fudge ripple. That smells like Coke. I kid you not. Like, I have busted into many of Oreo packages. Here's the playlist. There's probably 120 at this point, if I had to guess. And I have never smelt anything that smells so... I can't say that for sure, but that smells incredibly accurate in the sense that, you know how when you open a bottle and if you smell it real quick, you get that feeling in your nose, that little sensation that comes along with the smell of Coca-Cola? That's what I got with this. Not quite to the extreme of it, like popping in my nose, but like I can almost smell the carbonation. It's really strange. Let me go in again here. Hang on a second. That is wild. It's a weird combination of Coca-Cola and Oreo. So here, this is just cool. Look at, I heard that they were going to emboss the Coca-Cola logo on one side, on the red side, and of course, the other side, you got your typical Oreo. This looks, if I had to guess, to be a double stuffed. I don't know. I haven't had a double stuffed in a while. But with that being said, it definitely looks like it's a little bit more cream than normal. I see the little poppin' rocks in there, but we're not going to know nothing about this here cookie till I try it. So let me take a bite and I'll let you know what I think. This is weird. Can you hear them popping? I don't know if you can hear them like I can hear them. Maybe blood vessels are just popping in my head rapidly. It's weird. It was a good idea. I see what you're doing, Oreo. I don't know if you can still hear this or not, but the poppin' rocks makes up for the lack of carbonation. Obviously, you can't carbonate a cookie. How are you going to carbonate a cookie? Only way you can do that is to add pop rocks. Everybody knows that. That's just simple science right there. I'm going to take another bite of this. This is not one we're going to rush through. I'm going to take my time with this. I want to learn all about it. Let me learn about the cream. What flavor is the cream? They're besties forever. I'm not sure what the cream is. I think it's just regular cream. I'm going to try some of the cream alone. This is poppy. This is crazy poppy. This is better than my pop and lock routine. I'll show you it sometime. Right after the bear video. Yeah, it's a sweet cream. I assume it's just the regular with the Poppin' Rocks. I am going to try the Coca-Cola side of this alone, just to see if that enhances the flavor of the Coca-Cola in it. But this is, it's really accurate. It's not as prominent when you just eat it alone. I can taste it, smell it when it's all mixed together, but that cookie alone just didn't have much in it. All right. Alrighty then, it's time to do the dunk test. This mug comes to us from Jess and her lover Herbie up in Massachusetts. They are huge fans of the show. They watch every episode. They love it. They can't get enough of me. Who couldn't? You know what I mean? Jess has a channel, Cryptid Bits with General Tidbits. If you want to check that out, it's all about cryptids. I've been known to hop on there and do a little co-hosting from time to time. So, you know, if you're in it for me, then you won't be disappointed. All right, this is weird. It's weird dunking a Coca-Cola Oreo bestie cookie into milk at this point because it in my mind, nothing about it makes sense. This tastes so much like a weird Oreo Coca-Cola hybrid that I just feel like adding milk to the mix is not going to do us a favor. Meow. Or the cookie a flavor. Meow. Or a favor. I wish I could talk. Sometimes I just can't talk. I'm going to saturate this pretty good here because I want a good balance. I want the cookie to soften up a little bit in that milk so that maybe it brings out some other flavors we didn't, you know, find before in the dry test. So here we go. No, don't dip it in milk. That's a for sure thing not to do with these cookies. I did not like... No, you should try it. You should totally try it because you need to experience the rancid horror that comes out of that milk. This is yucky. Whereas before, I enjoyed it thoroughly. I don't know where I'm going to score it yet, but it's, probably above a 6. Milk did it no favor. For some reason today, I cannot say favor or flavor. Anyway, milk does not do it any favors, or flavors for that matter, because that flavor is gross. So that's not going to, I'm not going to say it's going to affect the score greatly, because you don't have to dunk it in milk. Even though it is milk's favorite cookie, when you add Coke to it, it's a whole new deal. It's almost like these two buddied up, and it's just like, we're friends now. Milk, you're going to wait over here for a little bit. But the motherfucking saga continues. Yeah, we're not done yet. Remember earlier when I said it would be crazy, just nuts, if I were to, let's say, dunk it in Coke? Well, we're going to try to dunk it in Coke. I haven't had just straight up Coca-Cola. Woo! I thought it was going to bubble over. I bet you heard that from there. I normally like to put it in the microphone, in front of the microphone, but I'm glad I didn't this time because I got ultra saturated with some mist. But that's that kind of that mist when you first open it up. That's nuts. It's like they took the smell out of this and put it in here. I don't know how they did it. It's magic. They're wizards. They're working their magic. I'm trying not to make a mess here. I'm not going to drink a lot of this afterwards because I don't drink a lot of soda. If you guys didn't know, I try to not consume a lot of sugar, added sugars. But I do these reviews and demos for you, so you don't have to if you don't want to. You can try to enjoy them, vicariously through me. Or you can do it yourself, which is, a lot more fun. All right, you turd bird. I know this isn't going to be good, but maybe it'll be better than milk. It actually, in all honesty, would not surprise me if this is better in Coke than it is in milk. And I think it's going to give us a little bit of a preview of what we're going to get when we finally get our hands on part 2, the actual Oreo-flavored Coke, rather than the Coke-flavored Oreos. Weird. What a weird world we live in. There was a time when there was just Oreos. Actually, there was a time when there was just Hydrox. You ever see my Hydrox versus Oreo episode? You should. It's right there. Here we go. I don't know if I should go hard and strong with this or just light, because I don't want it to soften from it. I'm going to go somewhere between. Here we go. One little monkey dancing in the street. What did he do? Oh, that looked gross and brown as it came off of the cookie. That's not good. A little play-by-play here. Now, I wonder how this is going to affect the Pop Rocks, too. I remember when you were a kid, I don't know if you ever heard the rumor that if you eat a bunch of Pop Rocks and then drink Coke, your stomach will explode and you'll die. Here we go. I'm sick of life, same old same old compromise. Fucked up sitting upside down, followed by this dying sound. Imagine if I just smashed them together. Sometimes I just want to do things like that. Do you ever want to do stuff like that? The structural integrity of this mug is definitely on its way out. It's got a huge chunk missing off of the top. In time, it will have to be replaced. Now, my friend Rick Brady sent me a Chewbacca mug once. It's very awkward. It's very nooky and cranny, very hard to clean. So now it's a pencil holder. I got it right there. I can see it over there. And if you become a tier 2 Patreon, you can choose what I dunk these in. Now, I reached out to Rick. He never got back to me about what he wanted me to dunk these in because he's a 4th tier, which I know it's starting to sound like Scientology, but it isn't. It's just wacky. It's funny. It's fun. If you want to be a little bit more integrated into the Vodkast, you want to make some decisions or help me make some decisions, check out the Patreon account. It's linked in the comments below. There's also, I think, an icon over here or up there somewhere. I don't know. I mean, it's better than milk. That's all I got to say. It was definitely way better than milk than it was in Coke. I mean, it was way better in Coke than it was in milk. But it wasn't great in Coke either. So initially when that Coke kind of drips off of it, it's got like a cookie flavor to it. So I imagine that the drink that they made is going to be similar to that. Was it good? No. Was the cookie good? Yes. Surprisingly well. I mean, it was just great. Surprisingly well. Surprisingly, remarkably, delightfully good. I didn't know what to expect when they first announced this because I'm like, no. There's nothing positive about it. But as a cookie itself, it's an interesting cookie because sometimes you can go out and you get gummies that are Coca-Cola flavored. It's not that much different than that combination of, a different thing and Coke. So I would absolutely say to give these a try. They are ridiculously overpriced. This is $5. It was like $4.88 at Walmart when I found it today, and that seems insane. Like this should be like a $3.50 package based on the ounces alone. But I get it. Coke's got to make their money. Oreo's going to make them. Mondelez, whoever the company is that's owning them nowadays. One's Nabisco. It's Mondelez. I don't know anymore. Someday maybe I'll own them. Imagine if I ended up owning Oreo. That'd be cool. Anywho, I hope you guys liked this episode or this first part of the episode. And I encourage you to hit that little bell icon if you are subscribed, because it'll let you know every time I'm putting out a new one. And you'll probably want to check out the second part of this because you know as well as I do that I'm going to dunk this in the drink and just, and then we'll have a real, final score for the two products. But as of right now, I would say it's a 7. It's not amazing. It's different. It's different enough that they're worth a shot, even at the price tag of $4.88. If you're an Oreo fan, you're never going to pass this up anyway. So I would recommend getting them sooner rather than later because limited edition with Oreo does mean limited edition, and sometimes they do not come around again, and there are flavors that you never got to try, like fruit punch or root beer or watermelon. Yeah, never got to try those. It's sad. Limeade, that was the other one too, but yeah. Don't forget to make somebody smile today and make yourself a better person tomorrow than you were today tomorrow. Let's make the world spin a little bit happier and a little bit more whatever this is. Together. Let's sing and dance in the sun and the rain as one, my brothers and sisters. Live life to the fullest and love every moment of it because you just never know when that last moment's going to come for you. However, never live in fear of that moment. Always live in love, but never let your inner child die. Ooh-wee. Take care of yourselves, take care of one another, and take care of those around you who cannot take care of themselves, for they are the ones that need it the most. And if no one has told you today that they love you, the Vodkast loves you very much, just the way you are. All right, guys, do no harm. I'm Geycen Oliveira. This is the Vodkast, and I'll catch you guys a little bit further on down the road to 50. Take care, my friends, and happy adventuring.
Don't go to sleep with a catch it in your pocket.